Good morning, everyone. Sandra Madaffrey here. Hope everyone's having a great morning. Welcome. I especially want to, good morning, Kylie. I especially want to welcome everyone here from Melbourne. Hang in there, guys. We've got this. Another 6 weeks. I know I've had a lot of people reaching out to me at the moment about what's going on. So let's talk a little bit about self-confidence today, because I'm going to just move the camera just a little bit. I really do believe that some of the steps that we're going to go through here this morning will actually help you with getting through some of the things, getting through some of the things that we're going to experience over the next 6 weeks. It'll help put you in a different mindset. Also too, if for all the women who are watching, if you want to join the Fabulous Business Women Empowerment Group, I am running a challenge in that group at the moment, 5 days to self-confidence. It's just a great way of becoming aware of some of the patterns, some of the things that we do where we allow ourselves to drop our feeling. And when I say feeling, I don't mean emotionally, I mean feeling as a state of mind, our ability to stay confident within ourselves. So I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to put the chat box up so that everyone can talk to me. Just starting your day, Kylie, not bad. Nice. I've started it not long ago too. So let's get this going. So 5 steps to help you increase your self-esteem, your confidence. And this is really a good way to have a look at what you're thinking and now begin to change it. Again, like you said, we're just going to do this very quickly here today. It's only a 30-minute webinar. If you want to join the group, please come across and join the group. I actually, for the very first one here, I spent almost 20 minutes describing it, and we've also got a workbook. But for today, let's go through this 5 steps to self-confidence. First of all, I want to talk about what confidence is. Confidence in ourselves is feeling happy about who we are, what we do, and our capabilities. Some people are confident the whole time, while for others, the feeling comes and goes. Most people will have varying levels of self-confidence depending on their current circumstances. So that's a definition of what confidence is. And absolutely, that confidence varies depending on your current circumstances, according to some of the things that we're going to chat about in a moment. And what I'd like you to do is, when you become aware of these 5 steps or 5 things that I want you to look at as we go through this, you might find that your confidence can level out. Okay? Your identity is based on your thoughts around who you are at the moment. Okay? So your confidence is based around the thoughts that you're having in any given moment. So keep that in mind as we go through this, because you are in charge of your thoughts. Confidence is an inside job. I say this all the time. Only you can feel confident or not. So when you think about that, it's your thoughts that are creating the self-esteem, the confidence. You realize that it is actually something that you have a lot of power over and you can change, because only you can change your thoughts. So the first step that I want to go through is, how do you measure confidence? What are you measuring your confidence against? What is it that you need to see or do or feel that makes you feel confidence? Because one of the things that people do is they hook or link their confidence, their ability to have self-esteem, to results, to the results that they're going to achieve. So in other words, I will be confident. I will feel, I mean, you probably don't say it like that, but you feel better about yourself. You feel confident when you get a certain result. But as humans, we're conditioned to grow all the time, to grow more and more. So what happens is that bar, that result keeps growing. Where, you know, our unconscious mind is conditioned to want more and more. So if you are hooking your confidence into a result, you're going to keep chasing it all the time. The other thing is, do you celebrate how far you've come? This is something that I didn't do for a long, long time. I was very much hooked into my confidence, measuring it against my outcome and results rather than what I've achieved and the efforts that I've made to get to where I am today. So one of the things you want to start doing is to start focusing on how far you've come, regardless of the outcome or the result. If you've been able to get to somewhere, even halfway, you set a goal and you get to somewhere where you want to be halfway, you should still be celebrating the confidence in that you've made it. One of the things that I now, after doing a lot of work, measure my confidence by is resilience rather than outcome. I have an incredible amount of resilience. I'm able to now tap after many, many, many years of working on myself, because this was without a doubt my biggest thing in life that I could not get over, which was my self-confidence. My insecure, I was rife with insecurities. And when I started to look at where I was and where I've come to, rather than the outcome, not having achieved that outcome, I found that I increased the confidence in myself. I felt much better about myself. And I found that I was actually able to then do more and more and step out of my comfort zone more and more, because it didn't matter about the result. What mattered was what I had done. Okay. Oh, that's flicked over. So celebrate your wins and practice gratitude. So celebrate your wins. Do you celebrate your wins? Celebrating a win makes you feel really, really good. You know, one of the things that I've been doing during isolation at the moment is really working heavily on my health. And I've been doing really, really well. I'm not going to talk about that here, but that's made me feel really good about myself. I'm nowhere near at the results that I want to be, nowhere near. And in fact, last week I did not achieve the results that I would have expected. But you know what? I still celebrate the fact that I worked out and I ate healthy. And that makes me feel good. And practice gratitude. Practice what you're grateful for. So the first one, guys, the first step is to focus on how far you've come. Celebrate your wins, practice gratitude, rather than measuring your confidence by an outcome or a goalpost that will constantly change. And I know I'd love to see some comments on here. If you are watching on Facebook, jump over onto the webinar and you can see all the slides. I love this graphic for you guys that can see the slides. I couldn't help myself. Stop comparing yourself to others. This is the biggest self-confidence killer you can imagine. We're all unique. We're all different. And then we compare ourselves to other people. Do you know if it's real? I mean, we talk about things like imposter syndrome all the time. You know, you look at people on Facebook, especially when you're in business, and you see people on Facebook who are telling you how amazing and how they got 100K in 6 weeks and 7 steps and stuff like that. Stop comparing yourself to that, because number one, you don't know if it's real. Nobody's going to sit on Facebook and go, oh my God, the first 5 years of my business, I failed miserably. I had to work, 20 hours a day to get my business to 100K, whatever it is. I mean, I'm just using some examples. Not everything you see is real, and everyone does things at different speeds. So stop comparing yourself to other people, because this is without a doubt the number one confidence killer. And then what happens is it ties in with the first one on doing daily, nice, Kylie, gratitude and nice. What happens is then, this goes back to number one, like I was saying, what happens is you end up comparing and setting your bar compared to other people. Okay, or what you think that you should be doing rather than what you are doing. So stop comparing yourself to other people. So, so important. So these are some of the questions, and guys that are watching, I hope you like the graphics. It's quite cute, isn't it? Ask, are the results you see real? I mean, really, logically, sometimes when I see some of those posts on Facebook, I've been a business strategist for over 20 years. Okay, I know what it takes people to do to create a business. I've run and created 3 very, very successful businesses. Okay, and one of my businesses, I worked as a bookkeeper and a business strategist where I had 7 employees bookkeeping, and I used to work as a business strategist for my clients. And I know what it takes to get results. So ask yourself, when you're seeing these things that people are telling you and that you're comparing yourself to, is it real? Okay. Remember, everyone works at their own pace. See, if you start trying to work at someone else's pace, you will feel inadequate. So work at your pace. You don't have to take 6 steps to make whatever. Okay, work at your own pace, and remember that. That goes back to the shoulda, woulda, coulda. Okay, you are unique. Don't compare yourself to anyone. You shouldn't do anything like anyone else. You shouldn't be like anyone else, because you are a unique person. You will never, ever be anyone else. Why would you want to be? So celebrate that. Celebrate your uniqueness. And don't compare yourself to anyone whatsoever. You are you. Okay? This is an interesting one. This now is more about the way you feel. Okay? If you have a lot of unfinished projects, if you start things and don't finish them, that can actually dampen your confidence, because you sit there and you think to yourself, oh, yeah, I should have finished that. I shouldn't have done this. I've still got that to do. And it actually impedes your confidence quite a bit. So there's 2 things you can do when I say finish the things you started. So if you have a lot of things on your to-do list and you aren't finishing anything, there's a couple of things that you can do. Number 1, you can prioritize those things and finish them. Schedule them into your planner and get them finished. The other thing is let them go. Now, I learned this one the hard way. I started a course about a year ago, and I really was hating it. And I'm the sort of person that has to finish everything they started. But you know what? Back in about, I think it was March or April this year, I thought, I don't want to do this. And I just let it go. And what happened was I felt so good about taking that step to just letting it go. It wasn't about finishing things. It wasn't important to me. So when you've got a lot of to-do tasks, you know, a lot of things that you haven't finished, a lot of started projects, you need to sit there, you need to think, these are important to me. I'm going to go with these and finish them, or you just let them go. You say, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. But having, you know, sitting there, because remember, confidence is an inside job, and sitting there and saying, oh, I haven't finished this, I need to do that, I haven't done that, I can't get that done, it actually makes you feel less confident. Okay, it actually brings up a lot of self-esteem and a lot of insecurity issues. So if you make a list today, of things that you haven't finished. And you know what? If there's some things in there that are not aligned to you, they're not important, let them go. The feeling of letting something go that you no longer want to do is so empowering. You'll be really, really surprised. Okay. This is an interesting one. Now, this is one of the reasons why a lot of people, this is epic. Can't wait to see what the share over the, yes. The challenge, Kylie. Yeah, the challenge. I mean, the challenge is going to go so deep into these principles. Now, set attainable goals. Sorry for the guys that are watching on Facebook is the next one. One of the reasons why people don't stick to New Year's resolutions or goals is because they don't set attainable goals. They set goals that are either way too high and never get to them. Okay, and there's a lot more I want to talk about that, but I haven't got time here as to why that happens, why you set these really extreme high goals. Or they set goals that are really low, and then when they reach them, they're like, you know, that there was, I knew I'd do that anyway. You know, they don't challenge themselves. What you want to do is set goals that challenge you a little bit, that you will achieve. Okay, and sometimes you might not achieve it, you know, exactly the way you want it, or you might not achieve it exactly in the time frame. But go back to SMART goals here. I'm not going to talk about SMART goals here, but you should always attain goals that you know that are not too high. And by saying that, you need to always put a little bit of a challenge in your goals. Okay, you always, but if you aim for something that is so high, you're not going to get it. Now, I'm going to give you an example of this. I'm going to use myself. Okay, one of the things that I'm doing at the moment is trying to get to a healthy weight. To obtain a healthy weight, you know, the AMA, I think it is, says that you should be losing about 0.5 kilo a week. Okay, so if I set, let's say I want to lose 10 kilo, and I say to myself, well, you know, I've got 5 weeks, I'm going to lose those 10 kilos. That's putting a goal that is not attainable and way too high. It's not good for me. And what happens is at the end of those 5 weeks, when I haven't lost those 10 kilos, I'm going to feel really crappy about myself. So my self-confidence is going to go very quickly. All right. If I then set a goal that's too low, and let's say the goal is, 2 kilos in 2 kilos in 5 weeks is about right. Let's say 1 kilo in 5 weeks. Okay. And I get to that kilo in the 5 weeks, I still again won't feel great about myself, because I think, oh, well, that wasn't that hard. I had 5 weeks. I should have lost 2.5 kilos. Okay, so you want something that is not too high, not too low, right in the middle for you. So me knowing that the AMA says 0.5 of a kilo is what you should lose every week, my aim is to lose 2.5 kilos in 5 weeks. Okay, so when I get to, in fact, that's already happened. So, you know, in my 5 weeks, I'm going to feel like really cool about myself, because I'm like, yes, I did it. I feel good. So don't set goals that are way too high or way too low, because they just, their why isn't strong enough. Yeah, their why possibly isn't strong enough. But the thing is, Esther, you've got to be really careful here. These have to be aligned with you and your why. But sometimes we do too low, is that their why usually isn't high enough. Too high is sometimes a fear. And what you need to do is you need to have a look at what's going on for you that's going to give you a goal that will make you feel good. Okay, and remember, it's the journey, not the outcome. This is the one thing, everyone, going back to the first one, it's the journey, not the outcome. If you tie your confidence to that outcome, you're going to go on a roller coaster. So remember, it's the journey. If you, let's say, you know, in 5 weeks, I haven't lost that 2.5 kilos, but I've been really good. I've eaten really well. I've exercised really well. You know, maybe it means that my body's just not ready to let that go right now. But if I've done everything I've meant to do, I should have great confidence in that. Okay, so I hope that's making sense. This is a really important one. Build an uplifting community. Guys, I hate to say this, but if there's people around you that keep putting you down, people around you that keep telling you you can't do something, people around you that keep dragging you back down, you will never have that confidence, because as much as your thoughts are your own, as much as you control, okay, how you feel and your thoughts about yourself, if you are constantly surrounded by people that put you down, it will wear you down. So what you want to do is you want to build, if you have family, and of course family is family, or friends that you adore dearly, and they are a little bit of what I call the buzz killers, what you want to do is, outside of that, is build yourself a community of people that will lift you up, that will keep you at that level of, you've got this, you can do this, and give you the confidence that you need. This is so important, because eventually, we are human. You will be worn down. If someone is constantly nitpicking at you that you can't do something, you will eventually be worn down by that. So if you do have someone like that in your close community, or some people like that, I'm not saying get rid of them. I'm not saying don't be around them. That is fine. But what you want to do is balance it out with having a community of people who build you up. So in saying that, I do have an amazing community of people that build me up. After this at 11 o'clock, we do our, because Melbourne's in lockdown, we've got virtual coffee catch-up. So join a group, and if you're in Melbourne at the moment, we can only do these through virtual, but join a group, join a community, meet up of people that lift you up, that make you feel good about who you are, and that never, ever, ever dull your shine or kill your buzz. So this one is so important, because even because we are human, there will be times that we will doubt ourselves. It's just natural. We all have those thoughts, right? And having a community around you who lifts your spirits will keep you on that even keel and keep you going. So build an uplifting community. I cannot tell you how important this is. And you know what? If you don't have one, if you can't tap into one, build your own. That is exactly what I did. I built my own community because I did not have this for a very, very, very long time. Okay, and I'm not blaming or saying anything's wrong with anyone. I just did not have a community that was able to understand what I was doing whatsoever, or where I was going with what I was doing. So I built a community of people around me who are like-minded souls, and we support one another. And it's beautiful, because last night I had some beautiful Facebook chats with some people here in Melbourne, and it was just like, are you okay? Are you okay? How are you going? And we just had some beautiful chats. So you want to build communities of people that are like-minded, that lift you up. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching another Monday morning musing webinar. Again, you can find me on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter under Sandra Madaffrey, or you can email me at admin@sandramadaffrey.com.au. If you are a fabulous woman, and you all are, whether you're in business or not is fine, please come over and join the group. We're going to go into these 5 in incredible depth over the next couple of days. I've got a workbook that you can print as well to work on, to explore this a little bit more for yourself. But remember, guys, I want to That's okay, Linda. I'm going to send you, if you've registered, I'm going to send through the copy of this to everyone in a moment once we get it anyway. But enjoy your day, guys in Melbourne. Stay safe, stay happy. Remember, like I said, I want to leave you with confidence is an inside job. You will never find confidence outside of yourself unless you, what's the word I'm looking for? Unless you nurture it inside of yourself. So enjoy your day, guys. I hope to see some of you jumping over on my virtual coffee catch up at 11 a.m. tonight, which is in about half an hour. 11 a.m. tonight today. Like, I'm unique, guys. See what I mean? 11 a.m. So jump over and join us. It's just a group of support and connection, so that we can just have that little bit of connection that is so needed at the moment here in Melbourne. I'd love to see you there. So if you're a Melburnian, come over. If you're from interstate, come and give us some support. We need to have all the support we can at the moment. I look forward to seeing you all next week on another webinar. I can't remember what we're doing next week, but doesn't matter. If you would like me to talk about a particular subject, if you would like me to do a quick webinar on something that you're struggling with in your business, just let me know. Remember that it doesn't have to be just strategic business. Self-confidence is not a business strategy, yet without confidence, you cannot build a business. So if there's anything at all that you'd like, that you think is affecting your business, whether it's in the personal development field or anything else, let me know, and I will put together a little webinar to help you get to what you need. All right, guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next Monday morning at 10 a.m. Bye.